The Business Report, brought to you by Sky Mall Food Court.
Policyholders of failed insurance company Cleco have been given another month to claim what is owed to them. CBC understands that Resolution Life, the company which took over Cleco's portfolio, has extended the timeline for the distribution of settlements to policyholders from last Friday, August 30th, until the 27th of September 2019. Chief Executive Officer of Res Life, Cheryl Senhouse, says since the 11th of June, payouts have been made to approximately 10,000 policyholders. She explains, however, that figure represents only 60% of the people entitled to settlements.
We want to ensure that we reduce those numbers significantly before we make the transfer of any unclaimed amounts to the Financial Services Commission. During the extended period in September, we will be working with persons who declare their policies lost, persons who had requested corrections to the names and so on their settlements that were previously issued. And most importantly, we would want to encourage persons who have not come forward as yet to come in during this extended period to collect their payments from us before we close.
Ms. Senhouse says Res Life will also be reaching out to the trustees of group pension plans during the month of September to complete the settlement process on behalf of plan members. So policyholders and other stakeholders who need more information can visit the company's website at www.res-life-assurance.com, or they can call the contact center at 538-8088. The local credit union sector has managed to record growth despite the economic challenges facing the island. That's according to General Manager of the Barbados Cooperative and Credit Union League, Anthony Pilgrim, who made the comment as he reflected on the findings of the just-released Financial Stability Report 2018.
The two storms which we weathered, the compliance with the International Accounting Standard IFRS 9 and also the experience with debt restructuring. Notwithstanding those challenges, the sector continued to be stable. There was actually still good growth in deposits in excess of 10%. The loan book also grew, which is difficult to achieve in a recessionary environment, grew by about 4%. And the capital in the aggregate also remained relatively strong, in excess of the statutory requirement of 10%.
Let's take a look now at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across the region.
First up, Jamaica, where Wigton Wind Farm Limited ordinary shares was the volume leader with 18,482,102 units and 93 cents each. And they were followed by Sagicor Select Funds Limited Financial and Carreras Limited. In Trinidad and Tobago, Grace Kennedy Limited was the volume leader with 349,363 shares changing hands for a value of $1,152,879.91, and they were followed by Sagicor Financial Corporation Limited and Trinidad and Tobago NGL Limited. And here in Barbados, Goddard Enterprises Limited was the sole security, trading 4,638 shares at $3.25 each.
On the international business scene now, Argentina has imposed currency controls in an attempt to stabilize its markets and prevent the country from sliding further into economic crisis. Well, now Argentinians are watching nervously to see what effect President Mauricio Macri's economic emergency measures, that is, will have.
The Argentine government was forced to take drastic measures after an already weak peso has in recent weeks taken a pounding against the US dollar. Central bank reserves are dwindling as it consistently keeps propping the currency up.
What the controls do is precisely to maintain those reserves, putting limits on eventual dollarization, but with unfettered availability of the equity of each Argentine.
President Mauricio Macri called an emergency cabinet meeting first thing on Monday, after publishing the new measures over the weekend in the official government bulletin. What both the markets and most Argentines crave is a stable economy. What they have is uncertainty, both economically and politically. That they suffered and overcome similar crises before is at the moment of little consolation. Argentines are still haunted by memories of the 2001-2002 crisis, when savers were prevented from withdrawing their own money from banks. Thousands of businesses went under and millions slid into poverty. The whole country is now watching and waiting nervously to see whether the new measures will work.
It takes you back to earlier times in the 2001 default. You start distrusting banks. If you have money, then perhaps you want to take it out. You withdraw it from the bank. You take it home and you hold on to it out of concern because we've had similar situations in the past.